Erica's dead.
No, she's not. I think that you guys are just telling me this because you think I killed her, you know what I mean?
No, I know you did.
Just days before this interview of Armando Zamora, his wife was found butchered and left for dead in a forest. But no matter how innocent he acts, it is far too late, as officers were tracking every single one of his movements.
Your ankle bracelet shows you at her house, and that guy's camera shows you at her house, alone. The shit is stacked up against you, bro.
And Armando will soon be left with no choice but to confess to his horrific secrets.
All the anger that has been built up after all these years, you know what I mean? I went wrong and I killed her.
What'd you hit on the head with?
On October 1st, 2021, law enforcement in Silver City, New Mexico received a concerning call. 39-year-old Erica Zamora's family hadn't heard from her since September 26th. As an incredibly tight-knit family, it was unusual for them to go so long without at least talking to her on the phone. Even more unusual was that her husband of 11 years, Armando Zamora, seemed unconcerned about his wife's disappearance. When asked by the family about her whereabouts, he brushed off her lack of contact by stating that she was probably off doing substances with her friends. Naturally, he was brought in for questioning. Right off the bat, his calmness surrounding his wife's disappearance is questionable, to say the least.
Sit back there in that chair back there.
Yes, sir.
Good fitting. My name's Felipe Gonzalez. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, good.
All right, Armando. So I think you understand why you're here, is that? You know why you're here?
Yes.
So tell me what you think you're here for.
Well, the state police called me today around 1 or 2,
Okay.
you know, and I guess they put out a missing report on my wife
Okay.
that she can't be found.
Okay. So what can you tell me about that?
The last time I had seen her was on Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Yeah, I was going to work, and then on Tuesday I was going to work in the morning, and I went to my grandma's, and it started raining, so I called my boss, and so it started raining maybe around 8 or something like that. So I didn't go to work, so I stayed over there at my grandma's for a little bit.
Okay. And then, so your wife was with you?
No,
Okay.
I had dropped her off
Where did you drop her off
at her house.
Okay. Do you know the address there at her house?
I think it's Arenas Valley,
Okay.
space C2, Arenas Valley.
So you dropped her off Tuesday morning, what time?
Around 7. What was it?
The recorder. Everything's being recorded in here, bro.
Huh?
Everything's being recorded. It's still recorded.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tuesday, you said at what time?
around 7.
Around 7, okay. And before we get any further, I didn't explain, so, this is voluntary, you don't have to talk to us if you want to, but, we're trying to gather information so we can figure out the location of your wife.
Yeah.
But if at any time you don't want to talk to me, you just gotta tell us, okay? And this is just simply closed for privacy, because there's guys and stuff working in the office, so.
You're gonna be going home. You came in your vehicle. You're going home in your vehicle, bro.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna. We just want to get a statement from you to try to help find. Hopefully, you can tell us something that's gonna help us find her. So
Yeah.
that's all.
Well, she was kind of upset. She's always been a drug addict, and she told me that she wanted to go on a drug run.
When did she tell you this?
I was Monday
Monday?
and Tuesday. She was talking about that. She's, she had showed me pictures on her cell phone of, big old shards like that.
Okay.
And I told her, you know, I'm on probation, I can't be around that stuff, and, you know, she hangs around like, you know, like gangsters and just bad people, you know, thieves and stuff like that. And I told her I can't be around people like that. And anyways, we kind of were on the road to get a divorce and stuff like that.
Okay.
Armando is leaving out a lot of details about his charges here. At this point in his life, he was on probation for an incident in 2019 where he was physically inappropriate with a child. Despite that charge, where his victim was devastated, he seems pretty fixated on the morality of his wife's alleged drug problems.
So, I'm just going to back up a little bit. So, Tuesday at 7, you said you dropped her off at her house. You went to your grandma's.
Yeah.
It was raining, so you called into work. So, you didn't go to work on Tuesday.
Well, I was going to go to work, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
when I had got to Central, it started raining. So I called my boss and I told him, well, it's raining over here in Central. He's all, well, it's not raining over here. He says, give me a call like in 30 minutes, an hour or something. So I called him within that time. By that time, it was raining. So,
okay.
You know. Anyways, I had went after my grandma's. I had went to her house.
Mm-hmm.
I knocked on the door and there was no answer.
What time was that at?
I don't know, probably like 3 or something, 3:30.
Okay. And there was no answer at her trailer.
At her trailer, no.
Okay. So let's go back one more day. So what about Monday? What did you guys do on Monday?
Well, I had went to work on Monday.
On Monday you went to work.
Yeah.
And what kind of work do you do?
I do landscaping.
Oh, okay. And what hours did you work on Monday?
On Monday? I'm not too sure. I think it might have been 8 to about 2 o'clock.
Okay. And where was your wife?
She was there at the house.
At yours or
at mine?
At yours.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sunday, what happened on? Anything happened on Sunday?
On Sunday, we went to go and cut wood.
Okay.
And we got there around. We got there maybe around like 12:30.
Okay.
And it started to rain, so we had to come back.
Where did you guys go to cut wood at?
At over there in Mimbres.
Okay.
At North Star.
At North Star.
That's what it's called.
Okay. So you got up there. You said about 12:30. Started.
It started to rain on us, so
didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Did you go? So you didn't go back to cut wood. Did you go on Saturday to cut some wood up there?
Saturday? I think so.
Okay. You just don't
Oh
remember?
no, you know what? On Saturday, no. Well, you know what we did? Actually, it was her birthday.
Saturday was her birthday.
Yes,
Okay.
on Saturday we went to go cut wood and we came back home.
So Sunday, cut wood, came home. She stayed over at your house, and then Monday you went up and went to work, and she stayed there at your house, right?
Uh-huh.
And did she stay
And
Monday
in the
night?
morning, huh?
Did she stay Monday night at your house
Yeah.
as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then, like I said, in the morning, because I was going to go to work, I took her home. And then, there was no work because it started to rain around, I don't know.
On Monday or on
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
So 7 in the morning though.
Yes. And then, like I said, after that, after because I stayed at my grandma's for a little bit, and then when I came back, I went to her house. I knocked on the door. She wasn't there. She didn't answer.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, I gave her a call, and there was no answer either. She didn't answer her phone call on Wednesday.
Okay. After she wasn't there on Tuesday, did you try to call her or text her
On
to see where she was
Tuesday,
at? When you went to her house and she wasn't there? No. Okay. And then Wednesday, you said you tried to call her.
Yeah, on Wednesday, I gave her a call.
So what was so talk about your relationship? Obviously it's rocky, right? You guys are kind of going through divorce.
Yeah, we're kind of going through a divorce.
Kind
Yeah.
of sucks. So what? If you don't mind me asking, like, what led up to that?
It's I guess kind of like trust issues, you know. It's like finances. You know, a lot of the finances went somewhere else when it should have went elsewhere, and you know, stuff like that.
When you say trust issues,
So like finances.
okay. What about like jealousy trust issues? That's kind of like what I think of when you said that.
Well, she's always kind of said, oh, you're going out with somebody and stuff like that. That's not true.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes she would go by, or she would call me and she'd tell me, well, so and so saw you over here and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, my truck, I wasn't even on that side of Silver while I was working over here, you know, and I just kind of like, I think she would just assume that and just, I don't know.
Okay.
That's part of it, but a lot of it was finances and you know, because she used to get money, like my money, my work money and stuff like that, and it would go, she would go take it to her mom's house or something like that, and I don't know whatever would happen to that.
Okay. What about from your side? Were you ever worried that she was cheating on you or doing any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, she cheated.
She did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's got to be pretty rough. You talk about it, like that obviously makes you upset.
Oh yeah, well,
upset.
you know, sometimes when we argue or something, I bring that up. I say, well, you always called men. You talk to men all the time, and you know, a lot of the times when we would fight, I'd end up going to my grandma's house. I'd stay there for about 7 days, and she had 7 days to talk to other men and do drugs with them while I was at work or something like that.
That sounds like she does that pretty frequently then to you?
Yeah, that was always a frequent thing.
So you guys get in arguments about that, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, like, you know, we'd kind of like bring up the past or something and be like, well, how is it going to work out if you're still hanging around with these kind of people? You know, I can't hang around with them, and, you know, stuff like that. Or what are we going to do with the finances and stuff like that? They're going to be in mine, you know, stuff like that. But
how often would you say you guys have arguments?
probably like 3 times a week.
3 times a week. All right. How do those go? Are they? I mean, we all argue, right? We all have issues. It's part of life.
It's just the argument.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. We never like hit each other or anything like that.
Just a few months before this interrogation, on June 15th, 2021, Armando did file for divorce. The two had been living separately for quite some time, but seemed to have been in an on and off toxic situation. On top of that, Erica's family harbored a deep resentment toward Armando, and their reason for this hatred is understandable. As soon as Erica went missing, her brother reportedly told law enforcement that he believed Armando was capable of murdering her based on his past crimes against their family.
I mean, help us out. What do you?
What was that?
I said, help us out. What do you?
Well, like I said, she's on drugs, you know.
Yeah.
She's bipolar. She's diabetic, and you know, she kind of has like chest pains and like breathing problems.
Okay.
But the only thing I could really think of is maybe she's around partying with some people. You know.
Does she disappear often, and you don't hear from her, or is that?
That's it's been a few times. Like, you know, she'll be gone for like 3 days, or she won't call.
Okay.
And like I said, most of our relationships been like that, where we might get in an argument, and like I said, I go to my grandma's for about a week, 5 days or something like that.
Okay.
And then she shows up, and then we're trying to figure out, let's go back and work it out.
So she goes with you when you guys cut wood, then, right? How is she, like, physically? Is she able to help you out, or?
Well, she does like very little, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, she might give me a couple logs, and that's about it. But
Okay.
I do everything.
Okay. Did you guys have some? I'm trying to figure out what if she went on this drug run. I'm trying to think like what triggered her to do that, right? So it seems like every time you guys get into an argument or something like that,
Yeah.
she goes off on that side, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of it's just I guess because we're like in the divorce kind of stage. That's what's I guess frustrating her and gets her like frustrated and just she's not doesn't know what to really do, you know.
So what do you think set her off this time? Did you guys have an argument recently that would have made her upset?
Well, kind of like on Monday,
Okay.
we had like a conversation about us. Whether are we gonna get a divorce, or and she was kind of telling me, oh, well, you should just go and finish the divorce and stuff like that.
That's what she told you?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can share with us that would help us in locating her? I mean, you're right now as our best information source. You know, I mean, your husband.
Yeah.
I mean, have you done anything on your own to go try and find her?
Well, I don't really like know her friends. You know what I mean? I don't know where they live. I don't know what they drive. Like I said, the only thing is what she has already told me.
And you've been married how long?
I've been married to her for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years, going on 11.
And so,
Like a lot of her life that she had and the people that she talked to, I never had their numbers. You know what I mean? I might have known maybe where they might live or something, but and that was just the ones that did go by. Everybody else that she did know, I didn't know where they lived or nothing like that. That one time she had a contact list of like 500 plus people. You know.
so what are you feeling? What do you think happened to her?
I'm kind of thinking that she's out partying. You know, she's out doing her thing like that, and that's what I feel.
Yeah, if somebody calls you,
Said
even
once
telling
she
you
cruises.
where she's at, or just call that number, let them know.
Yeah.
If you hear from her, if she texts you, or just let us know.
And like if I see like one of her friends, which I mean that's a very rare occasion.
Yeah.
And if well, like I said, I'll ask them to see if they know where she's at or if they have seen her.
Yeah, but just be careful because like you said, a lot of her friends are felons. I don't want you to go out and get yourself in trouble being around a felon. I don't want you to put yourself out there and possibly with your probation and stuff. So it's up to you if you want to ask them questions because if you're concerned about your wife. At the same time, I'm not telling you go hang around felons trying to get information. Because I don't want you to somebody say, hey, I saw so and so hang around. So he's a felon. They're not supposed to be together, and then you get in in trouble. Because I don't want you to get in trouble, man.
Yeah.
So. All right.
All right, sounds good. We'll walk you up front and then.
Yeah, I thought when I got your guys' phone call, I thought it was the morning alarm.
Oh.
And then I was like, I know, and it was like going to be 12. I was like, oh, what the? Okay.
Alright. Just take a left and then there's a hallway.
This won't be Armando's last time walking down that hallway. After the initial interrogation, detectives pulled the records from Armando's GPS monitor. Most of the times he had given them didn't line up, but it did show him going to Guia National Forest to a wood chopping area. Early in the morning on October 3rd, 2021, detectives drove out to investigate that location. They were only there for minutes when they made a horrific discovery. Erica Zamora was lying face down in the dirt. Her body was haphazardly covered in branches and leaves in a pretty terrible attempt at concealing her. It was evident that her cause of death was blunt force trauma. Considering the fact that they were chopping wood when she was killed, law enforcement had a pretty good idea of what exactly the object used on her was. When detectives call Armando in for further questioning, things are a lot less chummy.
Same chair, same everything again. So, and we called your probation officer. He's good to go, so you don't have any issues with curfew.
So
and
I don't
all
have
that
to
stuff.
call the emergency.
No.
like-
No.
Oh,
We told him that we asked you to come down, and so because we're doing that, he's okay with it. Okay. So first off, have you heard anything from Erica?
I haven't.
Okay. She hasn't tried to text you, call you.
No.
What about anybody in
I-
town? Have you run into anybody in town that says anything to you?
I haven't. And like I said, like with their friends, I don't have their phone numbers or
Right.
I ain't in contact with them or anything. I don't know where they live, so that's that makes it hard for me.
Yeah.
But like if I did recognize somebody, like
Yeah. No, I understand. I just have to ask though. And then what about Erica's like your family? You mentioned last time they kept bugging you or asking you. Have you talked to them? Have they said
oh
anything?
yeah, the mom has came by a few times and
Oh, really?
have asked, and I don't remember exactly the days,
Yeah.
when,
Okay.
but she has came by and asked questions and stuff like that, and
Okay.
I told her, well, I don't know what's going on, where she could be at, and I told her, well, I figure with one of her friends, and I told her that she was wanting to go on a drug run, and she didn't really understand what I meant by that,
Okay.
because she's not fluid in English.
After making Armando painstakingly explain his timeline second by second to submit his version of events, detectives have an important question for him, one that he probably should have thought about before.
So talk to me about your GPS. So, because it gets monitored by APO, right? Or
What's that?
your ankle
I have an ankle
probation,
bracelet on.
Does it get monitored or no? Like, do they monitor it?
like
I think so.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you know? So when you go wood cutting, do you have to call them like, hey, I'm going out of town to go get wood? Like they're good with it.
Because it's still in Grant County.
Oh, you
you know
each
what I
county, Grant County.
Yeah, I can't leave Grant County. Like if I was to go to Deming, I would have to let them know and give them like write down
Okay.
the license plate and all that stuff and
Okay.
where I'm going.
So do you know
But
if they
it's all monitored.
do they know? Do they always keep track of your location? Do they do that? Do
I
you know?
would think so.
I would think so. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it lose service or anything out there? Do you think? Because
I don't
it's in the
know.
middle of nowhere. No?
I would have no idea when it comes to that.
Okay. Armando, I mean, this is the second time that I met you. You seem like a good guy, man.
In cop speak, any variation of "you're a good guy" essentially translates to "you're cooked."
You made mistakes in your life, and
Yeah.
obviously you're on probation. You did some prison time for it, but you don't seem like a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like we do these investigations all the time. We talk to other people who molestation charges and whatnot and all that kind of stuff, and and we can generally tell like, yeah, this person is just not a good person. You know what I mean? But you don't strike that to me, right? You don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know the circumstances on that first case or whatever, but I mean that's not for me to ask and whatnot. But you don't seem like you're that bad of a guy, okay? But I have to say, like, I'm a little disappointed because, I mean, some of what you're telling me, there's truth behind it, but there's a lot of stuff that just isn't adding up.
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, let's take Sunday. So Sunday you said you came back and went to Grandma's at 2, right? Or 2-ish. I mean, who knows what time it is. And then you told me that you left Grandma's and went to your house, right? Okay. Well, I'm telling you that's a lie.
Why?
So I have your ankle bracelet is on a GPS monitor. So, I mean, it's very exact. Okay. I mean, they monitor every so minutes your exact locations. Okay. And so part of me asking you to clarify your locations was to see if you were going to be truthful with me or not. Okay. Because I know a lot more information than what we're sharing with you. Okay. And part of that is, if I ask you these questions and you're honest with me, great, you're an honest guy. Like now I know what you're going to tell me is truth, right? But what you've told me, like it's not the truth.
Well, like I don't know the exact time. Like I figure it was probably around 2 or 3, maybe.
You got back to your house at 3:05 is what it says. Okay, so this is pretty consistent with what you said. But then you said you stayed there all night. Okay, so at 3:25, it has you leaving your house.
At 3:05.
3:25. At 3:27, it put you at Erica's house. You told me you never went to Erica's house. So what's going on there?
On a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I probably went to go take her to feed the dog.
Okay. That's understandable. Maybe it's
And like I don't remember like every single detail of what we did that day or.
Okay. But you would remember. I mean, I guess that's easy to overlook because that's probably something common. If you got dogs, you go feed them, right? It's just instinct. You feed them in the morning, and it's instinct. I get it. No big deal. All right, and then so here it says 3:37. You went to the Snappy Mart, right? And then 3:51. You went to your mom's. You went to Harbor Freight. You went to Walmart. See what I'm saying? How do you not remember that you don't go to these other places?
Well, like I don't remember like all those details. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would remember if you go to Walmart. Like the times and stuff, I get it. You know what I mean? Like that's. I have a hard time with times too, right?
I'm be honest with you. Like I don't remember like every single hour.
Sure.
Where I go and what I do.
Which is fine, but you would remember the fact that you went to a store, right? So going home and staying home all night, or yeah, I think I went to Walmart. I just don't know what time, or I think I went here. Like you would think a person would remember that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So let's just start over. Okay. So I'm being honest with you. Like I'm not withholding any information. I'm not trying to be deceitful or hide anything from you. Okay. But I'm telling you straight up. Like I know more information.
Like I don't remember. Like I don't remember every single.
Sure.
Hour of the day what I'm doing, you know, like okay. I don't, you know, like sometimes I go to work and then sometimes I don't remember the exact what I just had done. You know what I mean?
In case you missed it, Zamora can't remember every second of every day. Needing an out, he doesn't just double down on this defense. He septuples down on it, saying some variation of, I don't remember every second, 7 times in just over 2 minutes. Not a great look. Fortunately, he doesn't have to remember where he was every second of every day, because his ankle monitor does that for him.
Well, I guess the other thing that I find odd is, so Tuesday, you said you dropped her off 6:37-ish, right? That's not true. You're never at her house on Tuesday morning. How do you explain that?
What do you mean I wasn't at her house?
It shows you 7 o'clock at your house, and then at 10:32 it puts you at Snappy Mart.
So you didn't leave your house till 10:30 in the morning. But pretty much that's what that says.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it would? Why do you think that is?
Well, I figured it was maybe around 7.
Okay. It doesn't put you at her house at
day.
all. You never went to her house on Tuesday.
Well, I had taken her in the morning.
All right. So, look, Armando. I'm trying to get you to be as honest with me as you can, okay? All right? I mean, like I said, you don't seem like a bad guy, okay? You don't seem like a bad guy, right? You seem like your average person, okay? I mean, we all make mistakes. We all do things that we regret in our life. We all have dated women, married to women, have had issues, argument. I mean, that's a part of life, right? I mean, you can't talk to a single person who's never had an argument with a woman, right?
Yeah.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
No matter where you come from in life, okay? And so I just want you to be honest with me. That's it. If you had an argument,
Well, I am being honest with you. Like I said, I don't know every single order.
Did you make her walk from the hill? Did you guys get in a fight like where you know how someone I'm done, I'm getting out the car, I'm out?
No.
Did you make her walk? Because you never go to her house on Tuesday. That's weird. So she didn't walk from the hill? Okay, so
did you guys have a fight up there
No,
at all?
no fight.
And so what you're telling me is that so she came back with you on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're telling me. 100%.
Yes, sir.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
She did not come back with you on Sunday.
Yes, she did.
We know where she is. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. I'm giving you every opportunity, man. We all make mistakes. Okay? I know what happened. Okay? What I don't
She
understand.
came back with me on Sunday.
What I don't understand is like the why. Like why? What happened? Like that's the part I don't have answers for. Right? I know what happened because I know where she is. But I don't know how she got to where she is and the way she is. Okay? And that's a question that I'll never be able to answer. That's a question. That's the only one that you'll be able to answer. Okay? So, I mean, this is your opportunity, right? I'm trying to. If you want us to help you out, I need to know everything from your perspective, so that way we can try and help you out. Okay?
Well, like I told you, she came back with me on Sunday, and she was there at the house on Monday.
You're lying, Armando.
I'm not.
because you want to know another lie that we know. You say that when you went to your grandma's house, that your grandma wasn't there. That's what you said on Sunday, right? We talked to grandma. Grandma puts you there with her while you dump the wood, right? That's another lie.
Well, that might have been. She might have thought about that on Saturday.
What did she say for Saturday?
She didn't. She couldn't remember Saturday. She said it was Sunday. She said it was Sunday. I mean, like I said, like. So Erica's dead.
No, she's not.
I'm telling you. I have seen her. Okay?
Where did you guys find her?
Right where you were chopping wood. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm telling you, I know what happened. Right? I know where she's at. I know she's dead. I've seen the injuries. But what I will never understand is what happened. Okay? When I think about it in my head, there's two scenarios. Okay? One scenario, you took her up there knowing that you're going to kill her because you're done with her, you don't want her in your life anymore, right? That's one scenario. Okay? The other scenario, you went up there to cut wood like you said, like normal. Something happened, y'all got into an argument. Maybe she punched you, maybe she attacked you, you defended yourself. Things went sideways and she died. Okay? I don't think it's the first one because I don't think you're a bad guy. That's what I'm saying.
That's not true.
Okay?
I don't know why you say that. That's not true.
When a cop thinks you're a good guy, it's not the best time to tell him that's not true. It doesn't exactly instill confidence. But saying Armando is a good guy is the only thing the detective is bluffing about here. They do have Erica's body. They have Armando's location at the time of her death, and they have him giving a less than stellar acting performance in this suspect chair. That performance is only going to get worse.
So put yourself in my shoes then, right?
You guys are saying that I killed her. That's not true.
Put yourself in my shoes, Armando. We have your GPS. Your GPS tracks you every minute. Those locations are exact. To the minute. That place that you go cut wood, it's remote. There ain't nobody up there. And you get your occasional hunter and rancher, but for the most part, I mean, how do you explain you being in the exact spot where she is found dead at the exact time that you say you're there, with piles of wood cut around? How do you explain that?
I don't believe that she's dead. Like,
Okay. So that's what he's saying. Like, so why don't you believe it? I don't understand why you don't believe it. Do you not believe that I'm telling you that?
I don't believe that.
Look, Armando, you can be in denial about it all you want because you don't believe she's dead, but I'm 100%. If I had a Bible here, put my hand on a Bible. We found her body. There's no lie about that. I wouldn't lie. We wouldn't lie to you about finding a dead person. We wouldn't lie to you about finding your dead wife. We wouldn't lie to you about that. And like he said, that GPS, it's tracking you here right now, man. It tracks you every minute. It sends a ping. Boom, boom, boom. Where her body is laying, boom, boom, boom. You're there. You're there. You're there. And you come home, you went to grandma's house, ping, ping. At 7 in the morning, never around Erica's house. Never. The only time it shows you at Erica's house again is when you said you went to go check on her at 5 in the afternoon. Because you did go check on the house, but you weren't checking on her because she was dead in the hill. So, like, we're not lying to you, man. Like, we want to know what happened up there on that mountain. And I believe that you know what happened, man. Like, something happened up there between you two guys, and that's why only you came back. Because, like I said, that GPS is what's getting you, bro. And from us talking to your grandma, like, it doesn't match up, Mondo. It doesn't match up.
So Armando, it's just us in this room, okay? The way I see it, you're gonna be charged with her murder. There's enough because
there's enough evidence, dude. Like, with that GP, like,
you are the only person with your GPS tracker with her when she dies. I don't know who you're gonna try and convince otherwise. You know what I mean? How are you gonna dispute that?
Well, he's sure going to try.
I'm honest with you. Like, I don't know where she's at.
Well, I'm telling you where she's at. That's what I'm saying. Come on,
she's right there where you're cutting wood.
You know where she's at. Like, you're just lying to yourself, like I am telling you. So how do you explain that then? How do you explain you being at the exact location her body is, at the exact time she died? How do you explain that?
Like, I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, you're just telling me that just because, like,
you don't believe that she's dead?
You think that she's dead?
No, I know 100%.
This is why we're talking to you so late tonight.
I'm trying to see if my boots, my fucking shoes are dirty, bro. Like, we were just...
We've been out there all day. Okay?
We found her this morning. They found her this morning.
We've been out there all day.
I don't believe that.
You still don't believe she's up? We found her body?
I don't believe that.
There's no other way to tell you, dude. I mean, we were there. We put her body in a bag. Do you remember what the last thing she was wearing when you guys went up there? Because I could tell you, because I saw her body. Gray leggings, a grayish type of shirt, her, I want to say, black shoes.
It was black leggings.
Oh,
They were black
dirt.
black
It
and
was
gray.
like all the dirt right now, dude.
Or black and gray.
She's been out there since freaking,
Sunday.
Sunday.
We're trying to, we honestly are trying to help you, Armando. Okay. I know you know how it works, man. We have a job to do, right? Like, this is what we have to do, right? But, dude, man to man, I'm a person. You're you know what I mean? I'm not trying to come at you hard. I'm not, or anything like that. Okay. I generally, if you all got into an argument, that information needs to come out, right? Because that is going to help you out. So what are the two versions, right? You don't say anything, you get charged with murder, and then you're left to fend for yourself with whatever story you come up with, right? The other version is, you know what? I talked to Armando. He said, look, you didn't mean to kill her.
I think that you guys are just telling me this because you think I killed her, you know what I mean?
No, I know you did.
No, that's not true.
Okay. What would it benefit me to tell you that she's dead? How would that help me? That's not...
That's that's just gonna make your job easier to say that I was the one that killed her and stuff, you know what I mean?
I have to have a body. To be charged with murder, I have to have a body. And I've got a body. We've got a body. We've had 4, maybe 6 other people that had just come down from that hill who saw the body. Her body is on her way to Albuquerque to do an autopsy. Okay? There's no lying about that. So either you're gonna, bro, help yourself out and, speak on it now, or you're gonna see about it tomorrow morning news when that, they're gonna say, hey, her body was found.
Because at this point, Armando, you're not going home tonight. Okay? Whether you tell us anything or not, I'm going to charge you with murder tonight. Period.
Why?
I just explained to you.
With Armando just not getting it, detectives take another approach. It's important to remember that what they're sharing isn't their actual opinion of the victim, but with Armando backed into a corner, they need to make him feel like they understand his choice to kill her.
I just think something went wrong. Arguments happen all the time, right? This isn't... Domestics happen, wives get beat, husbands get beat, whatever. It happens. Right? I've been in arguments. You get into an argument, you get so heated up, it happens. Okay?
And based off what your grandma said, bro, it sounds to me like Erica has caused a lot in your life, bro. She's caused a lot of headache. And I don't know if it's to you or to your grandma, but there's been a lot going on there that has been negative.
And everybody we talk to, she's on meth. She's bipolar. She is not a stable person. She's not, I couldn't imagine, I don't know her as a person. I've never met her. But maybe it doesn't take much to set her off, right? You're just you being you.
Are you trying to tell me that I need a lawyer?
I can't tell you if you need a lawyer.
I need a lawyer right now?
Do you need a lawyer? You tell me if you need a lawyer.
Well, what you guys are saying, you guys are telling me that I killed her and stuff,
We're telling you what we found.
You guys are telling me that I killed her, you know what I mean? That's not true.
Okay. We're telling you what evidence we have. Do you not understand that? What that thing on your ankle tells us?
Let's go
where
through
you
you
were at.
Okay. The things that stand out the most. Okay. Again, with Sunday. You went to many different places on Sunday when you first told me that you went home and stayed there. Okay. I can dispute that all day long because I have a GPS
I killed somebody. You know what I mean? I don't remember everything. I don't remember every single hour of every day that I do.
And that's understandable. Like, I get that.
Like, I don't remember everything.
I think you should remember you dropping, if she was really with you, you dropping her off on Tuesday, because you never went to her house, bro. Never. You didn't go till 5 in the afternoon, dude. That's what we're trying to tell you. You never dropped her off on Tuesday. You never dropped her off on Monday, bro, because you said she spent the night with you on Monday. You're saying, I dropped her off on Tuesday morning. There's a gentleman that has cameras out there in that neighborhood where she lives at. Your vehicle never comes in at 7, no time in the morning. Ankle bracelet doesn't show you there, bro. No time in the morning. It doesn't show you there until 5, where's that? Let me see. 5:30, 5:31. Your ankle bracelet shows you at her house, and that guy's camera shows you at her house alone. Do you understand that? Like, the shit is stacked up against you, bro, because of the story that you're telling, dude. It doesn't match up to your ankle bracelet.
Or the camera.
Yeah, or to the guy's camera out there, bro. Like, it doesn't match up, man.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Like,
The truth. I want to hear the truth. Now's the time to man up and just tell me the truth. It is what it is. Like, there is no disputing what we've discovered. There's no disputing anything. Since after we talked to you on Friday at midnight, we've been here working around the clock, putting holes all over your story. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Whatever happened, happened. Like, it's done. It happened. Okay?
like I don't believe that you guys, like, you know what I mean? You guys are trying to charge me with murder. Like,
Okay.
You don't believe it? But you're gonna believe it whenever you're not gonna leave this building, bro. There's still more stuff we're doing, but we have enough already to charge you with murder. So game, I don't understand. It's starting to run thin, dude. So what do you want to do? You want to man up and tell us what happened out there, or you want to get a lawyer?
Like, yeah, I don't believe what you guys are telling me. Like, yeah, I think you're trying to coerce me to say that I did and all that.
Nope. You think I'm gonna lose my job to try to coerce you? Forget that, dude. I have my family too to take care of. I'm not gonna lose my job to try to coerce you, man.
This is serious, man. Like, you still, like,
You know what we're
You
gonna
don't
do after
get it.
this?
you don't get it.
We have to go and tell her mom, hey, we found her. We have to go tell her brother, her sister, hey, we found her. And she's dead where Mondo left her. Why am I gonna lie about that? Am I gonna go lie to her mom? And tell her, hey, we found your daughter, and make her shed tears over a lie?
And the only reason we haven't talked to her is because I thought you'd be man enough to tell us what happened. So when we can talk to mom, we can tell them what happened. Versus, you know what? Armando? Yeah, just killed her. Don't know why. I mean, you have no emotion. Nothing.
From the get-go, when she was missing, like, as a husband and my wife was missing, bro, no emotion.
And we told you, I straight up told you, she's dead. I got nothing from you. You've been married for 11 years almost. You know, if somebody had told me my wife was dead, I'd probably cry. I'd be upset. I know you're going through divorce and all that, but
There's still some love for her, bro. I know there is, dude.
like,
I know there is.
you know,
Like, I really don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to tell you guys.
did you kill her?
No,
Not to lie.
I did.
You can't even look at me when you say that.
Come on, Mondo. Like, dude.
Just tell us the truth, man.
What do you want me to tell you? If
What
I
happened?
Didn't do
I want to
nothing?
know what happened.
If
I
you
didn't
didn't do it,
do
then who
nothing.
did it, dude?
So who did?
I told you I didn't do nothing.
Well, who did it? those injuries to her on that hill, dude, and put a branch over her face to try to hide her. Who put her up there by the trees that you were cutting down? Are you telling us somebody framed you? Are you telling us somebody wore your ankle bracelet up there, bro? Where her body's actually at, their little pinpoints. Boom.
All
He's
around
here.
the body.
He's here. He's here. Every minute, your shit goes off to this little database, and it logs it in. And the only reason yours is every minute, and I didn't know this, is because you're a sexual offender. So yours goes off every minute. I guess on regular parolees, it's like 5 or 7.
Every 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
But yours,
on a higher level.
every minute, dude. You can't get no more accurate than that.
You can zoom into their map and you can look at the trees. Like it's legit. You can see, like you said, your points are all around her body. You can zoom in. How are you going to dispute that? What story are you going to come up when this comes time to go to court? I don't know what story you're going to come up with to dispute that data, that evidence. There's no way.
So what are you telling me? Like, okay, you're telling me that you found her dead. That's what you guys are telling me.
This is what they've been telling Armando very clearly for the past hour. And yet he doesn't change up his defense. Really, at this point, his repetition is likely an attempt to buy himself time to think of another excuse or alibi.
I feel that you guys are doing. I feel that you guys are lying to me. Like,
What part?
Armando, you know that we're not lying to you, okay?
And that's how I feel that you're just trying to tell me these things, you know?
That may be how you feel, but I don't know any other way to explain it, okay? So if you're saying you didn't kill her, I can't think of another way to explain how she was where you were at. With you there, with your truck there, with your truck tire tracks there.
That's right.
With you cutting wood and there being cut wood there. And you coming back without her. I don't know how to explain that. Just pick a spot, Armando, and just start talking.
What do you want me to tell you guys?
I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to be honest with me.
Like,
okay.
What do you really want? Like,
I want you to tell me what happened on that mountain. Can you do that? For Erica's sake, man. For her family's sake. Just tell us what happened on that mountain.
well, do they know?
No.
No, not yet.
Her family
Since
does not know.
after we talk to you, after this is all done, we have to go send an officer over there to go talk to him.
They've been calling me all day. My voice box on my phone is 100% full. Like I don't, I don't know what to tell them. I don't care where you start. I just pick a spot and just,
I don't understand how that's gonna help you guys or how that's gonna help me.
It gives answers to the mom, dude. If you were to freaking die,
That's not gonna.
It'll help with the level of charges, dude. You're not stupid, right? You've been to prison. Okay? Do you think there's a difference between first degree murder and manslaughter? Do you think there's a difference?
Well, there's a difference, but I don't know what goes with the charges.
First degree murder is, this dude straight up killed her. Manslaughter, it could be a number of different things, right? I don't know what it is that happened, so I can't tell you where in those two scenarios it fits, because I don't know what happened. Okay? So that's where that helps out. The way I see it, I'm going to charge you with the highest level of murder I possibly can. Because you're not telling me nothing. So screw you, I'm going to charge you everything. That's the way I see it right now. Your explanation? Okay. He explained it. Maybe it'll fit a lower charge. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's at this point, nearly an hour and a half into the interrogation, that Armando realizes there's no denying his pesky ankle bracelet evidence. He asks law enforcement for a cigarette. Detectives happily agree, knowing it's often a suspect's swan song before they confess.
I went to go and cut wood, and we were arguing that day, and that was the whole way from the house over there. She just kept arguing with me, and it was just getting like worse and worse. And I went and cut some wood, and for like the whole week already, she was just mad, like just starting arguments all the time. And I told her I don't like arguing, and she always made my life like kind of. She's always told me that, well, I'm gonna make your life hell and all that stuff, and she always like cursed me, you know what I mean? Not like the cuss words, and she'd always tell me, that God condemn me and stuff like that. She'd always tell me stuff like that, and I don't know, like that's why I was trying to get a divorce from her.
Yeah.
We weren't getting along, and that day she started hitting me.
Where at? Like when you're out there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was already getting ready to leave because it was already raining.
Yeah.
And we got in an argument. She started hitting me. I hit her back, and like all the anger that has been built up after all these years, you know what I mean? It went wrong, and I killed her.
Okay. What did
Well, what would you say? Like, what was she telling? Like, what would you say was the tipping point? Did she make a certain comment to you that just said?
Well, she was telling me, you know what? As soon as we get into Mimbres, I'm gonna call the cops and send you to prison. And she's been telling me, she had already been telling me that she's gonna do that, and I just kind of flipped out when she told me that.
she was gonna try and get you in trouble?
Yeah.
Did she say like what?
She's been telling me, look, she had been telling me that if I'm gonna get a divorce, she's gonna make sure that she makes my life hell, and that she's gonna try to get me into prison, plant drugs or something like that. While we were arguing there in the truck, she told me, well, when we get into Mimbres, I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna watch them send you off to prison, and I'm gonna be the one, and I'm gonna be happy that I see you go.
That's what she told you up there?
And this is still, you guys are in the truck arguing?
Yeah.
Okay. On the way up there, like, are you already starting to make your way back?
No, it was there while we were cutting wood.
Okay.
It was raining, and we got in a fight, kind of like fight inside the truck, and then spilled out to outside, and I hit her on the head, and then killed her.
Would you hit her?
And I regret it with everything I have, and like.
Would you hit her on the head with?
An axe.
Like full-sized or a hatchet axe or
An axe or
an
a
axe?
full-size axe.
Full-size axe. Did you hit her? Do you remember if you hit her with the blade side, or the hand? I'm assuming the blade side, right?
The backside.
The back side, the flat part. Okay. Okay. What happened after you hit her?
After I hit her, I loaded up everything that I took there, and then I was still like real angry, and I took the axe to her neck.
Okay. And she was already on the ground when you did that?
And I left.
So So now when you say you took the axe to her neck, did you took a swing or you like put it on her like say you slash somebody or did you take a swing at her?
No, I swung.
Swung. Okay.
Do you remember where out on the head that one was at?
Right here. In this area.
Do you remember what side or no?
I think it was the right side.
The right side of the head? Okay. And then she fell?
And that's when you went to the other one. That got her right here?
Was she still alive after she fell? And you hit her with the one on the neck?
I think she was like breathing a little bit, but I think she was already gone.
Okay.
With that.
Just like agonal breathing, like right before you die kind of breathing or whatever?
Yeah, how did she get the injury on her arm? There was a pretty good cut on her arm, right?
Like it's on her...
That was probably
on her right arm.
That was probably the first swing, maybe.
Okay.
I didn't know she had that, but that was probably the first swing. And then when I took the second swing, it hit her. That knocked her out. And then I think she passed away right there.
Okay. And then the neck was the third swing. Okay. Armando, thank you for finally being honest. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Did you ever use anything else on her head?
What do you mean?
Just like another object, hit her with anything else? Just because there was one
Like a smaller
injury to the back of her head that it seemed kind of weird. The axe matches up. There's an axe hit and then there's one down here, but there was another like a hole. Like I don't know if it was maybe from the impact of the first hit. That kind of okay.
Nothing there. Did she hit one of the trees or something on the way down? Like when she fell? I don't think so.
No, it was pretty.
Okay.
All the bushes or trees right here.
Okay.
And so you loaded everything up. And then what?
Then I left.
You left. And then you put the
Did you do anything with her body before you left?
She where she's laying at, that's where.
Where she's at?
Yeah.
What about the trees on top of her?
I put those on top.
You put those? Okay. Why'd you put them there? Like what were you trying to... And you said you felt bad. Did you do it? I mean, yeah, just why did you put the trees there?
To be honest, I don't even really know why. I just
Okay.
I put them on top of her and like, cause I didn't want to see kind of like what I did. You know what I mean? Like after I realized everything that happened.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, based on our experience, everybody's experience, what you just said right there, dude, like, we see that. For people who don't want to, when they care about somebody and it's gone to that point where they've, killed them, they want to cover their face like that.
I didn't want to see like what I did. You know?
Yeah. See.
And I can't take that back. I can't take back what I did.
Talk to me about like how you felt after. Like explain to me what was going through your head. What
Well,
thoughts?
I had a lot of regret because it was like I didn't intend to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It was just at the heat of the moment. Like I got out. I was trying to do my probation. I stayed off drugs. I did everything that I had to do, and she was there telling me that she's gonna try to get me in prison, and she just kept nagging on me that that's what she was gonna do. And eventually, what did happen that day is I completely lost it, and I said, well, I'm gonna have to go through with this because she created this argument where when we go back to Mimbre, she's gonna end up calling the cops on me and they're just gonna take me to jail. And that's what she was pushing for. And look at what happened because of it. I didn't intend it to be that way, but it happened and now I can't take it back. I can't go back and take it back. Because she would threaten me all the time. You know what I mean?
What kind of threats would she tell you?
If she wasn't gonna get me that way, she was gonna plant drugs on my truck or something, or at the house. And all she had to do was make a call, and then there's drugs in his house, and there I go, I'm in trouble for nothing. And she just kept making those threats, and she had already been doing that for about 3 months. And she would tell me, God condemn you, this and that, God judge you, and all that stuff. And she just kept saying that almost every day, every argument, and trying to, blame me for why our marriage ain't working. And a lot of it was because she just didn't know how to have, like, peace, She never knew how to give me peace. She always showed everybody else, like love and respect and all that, and she never really showed me that, ever.
There are a couple of things to break down here. Now, we don't have an up-close and personal perspective of Erica and Armando's relationship and why it broke down, but we do know one thing. Armando was on probation not because of drugs or touching a random minor, but because he had inappropriate contact with one of Erica's nieces, who was under the age of 12. It's safe to say that the charge didn't help their relationship and probably contributed to the lack of love Armando was feeling from his wife of 11 years. Armando hasn't been one to talk or express himself for the entire interrogation, but when he's given a chance to air out his feelings about his wife, who he killed, he doesn't hesitate.
She'd always made my life hell, and she called that love, you know what I mean? And she tried to convince me, no, this is love, nobody's gonna love you like me. And so I kind of got stuck in a relationship that I didn't even want to be in, I told her from the very beginning, I said, Erika, look, we're just friends, let's keep it that way. I know that was her persistence, every single day there was something, I'm pregnant, she would send her family over there crying, take her back. And kind of stayed stuck together ever since, and it just wasn't a good marriage, but at that time in the very beginning I did love her, but after years I was kind of starting to fall out of love because of the way that she treated me, and I would try my best to just try to understand why she is like that with me, and I try to understand why she came at me so hateful, and then down the road I kind of figured, well, now she's getting worse because I think, the charges I picked up, and when I had got out, she told me right away, she's like, you know what, there's people out there that don't want you, they want you back in prison, and they want you there soon. And there she was, she's always trying to find a way to get me, in trouble, and she would throw out stuff like, oh, well, what if somebody comes and plant drugs over here, and this and that, and so I think she was trying to tell me that's what she's gonna do, and then, like I said, she always, she would cuss at me, and then she would say stuff like that, like God judge you and condemn you and stuff like that, and she had been doing that for years and years and years, and it just kind of got out of control because of the way that she was, and she was, like I said, she was always hateful. And look at the results that came out of it. And I didn't want it to go down like that. I didn't intend to do that. I didn't have that planned. Like, it just happened in the heat of the moment. And I can't take that back, and I regret it with everything that I have. I regret it. I just had a lot of things built up within me for all these years, and I think what happened that day, I think that was the last straw, and I just, having her tell me that she's my enemy, and like she's gonna try to get me in prison and stuff like that, and it all came to a very, very ugly end, and that's not how I wanted it. Like, if she was a different person, I would have stayed married to her. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have made the decision to go get a divorce, but that kind of made it worse when I did that. Oh, I'm gonna put you in prison, she said. She's gonna get away. I just wish it didn't turn out like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that was my anger. I was already angry. I was already upset, and one thing led to the next, and I took her life.
Armando was charged with second-degree murder. On March 29, 2024, as part of a plea deal, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 29 years in prison for 1 count of second-degree murder and 2 counts of tampering with evidence. When his sentence is up, he will be 67 years old.